Hello and welcome to Stir Crazy Art Classes with Gerald Savine, lesson number 8, project number 4. We're going to hopefully finish off the painting of the fisherman's hut at Walberswick. Again, I should be working quite quickly and you'll have to forgive me because the results aren't always as perfect as one would like them to be. But again, hopefully you'll get some idea of how you can paint and how watercolour works. Now, first of all, we're going to paint a colour of burnt umber on this end of the building. I'm going to keep it quite thin so it allows the light to show through. So here on this occasion, I'm going to be watering the colour down quite a lot. So again, always think about when you're painting, even if it's the same colour, lighter versions of it first and then build up the pigment. So again here, look at how strong that is. Look. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull the colour, put a little bit more water with it. I'm going to be very careful here because we need to be more careful now than before. We've not, as it were, pre-wetted the paper on this occasion. And now the other thing that's important is, can you see on the whole, now there's always exceptions of these things, I'm pulling the colour down here, be careful, but on the whole, because the panels are this way, going this way, take your brush strokes that way as well. It's amazing how you lay the colour down shows up when the painting dries. And I made a mistake here because I painted there and I should have painted straight away because otherwise it leaves a stronger colour on the very edge. Again here a little bit more water, a bit more of the pigment. I'm going to come down, but then I'm going to pull it out to one side again straight away, add a little bit more colour in. Again here. Now, you've got much more time than I've got. I've got to be quite a limited amount of time to get this done. I don't really want to have to go into another session for this, not because only because I don't want you to get bored. But I'm working nice and quickly. I'm going to work my way around the grass. And again, whilst I'm on this part, I'm going to do this as well. Can you see how, again, the colour, you'll see in a moment when we come to paint the front side of the building, that the colour will be heavier, be richer, but it'll be the same colour, just more pigment. Again, the cry goes up in the art classes, more pigment. Things a little bit of a titter amongst people. So I'd be reasonably careful, but again, there's really having to watch the time. Now they've done that, now let that just dry off a little bit. Now I'm going to mix up now more pigment on this occasion, and I'm going to put colour on the other side. Can you see how it's exactly the same colour, but look what's happened there, how dark it is. Now again, it's just a little bit on the dark side, so I'm just going to try and thin that down by pulling the colour. I'm going to work my way down here. Now I'm going to be careful here, it is a little bit too thick, too much pigment. There we are, so something for me to say. I'm leaving that piece there. Again, whoops. So much of a hurry. But again, as you see, as I pull the colour, it thins it down. And again, here, if you've seen the original, just how much brown there is in here. Now, I'm not going to paint the shutter here, because I don't want that to get as dark as the rest of the front. I'm imagining a bit of light's catching it. Again now a bit more pigment. Again, when we come down to the grass we can be squidgy a bit. There we go. Pulling the colour in line with the timbers. Now you need to be more careful than me, so because again I'm just trying to get as much done as quickly as possible. It saves coming back for a second time, or third time in the case really. Going to be darker here. A bit more colour into there. Whoops. Try and pull the colour that way. Just fill in this area here. Again here, work the colour, put it down, and work it that way. Again you can then, because it's darker, it can go over the green and make the green grass look a bit more grassy. And I'm going to put a dark colouring down here. Now what I'll do here is I'm going to make the door much darker, so it's a bit more prominent. And again, I'm putting the colour downwards. Because of the panelling in the door. I'm still using the same colour. And I've left those other bits lighter deliberately. I'll show you why in a minute. I'm going to go back and have a little bit thinner colour because the lights, see, lights catching the top of the colour there as well. A bit more colouring into that. Mind you don't get the colour on your clothes. See that little bit of light colour in there? That's working. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a slightly finer brush, pick up some dark, a lot more pigment on the end of the brush, and I can go underneath there, or come down and give a stronger colouring. Strong colouring down here. Can you see how that's working? Strong colouring under there. Strong colouring. So the same colour, but it's giving a feeling of the shadow again through all these bits here, and it's helping. The shadow helps things to stand out. It helps the shaping of the body. I'm just going to turn this around a bit so it's a bit easier to do a straight line. Just tuck that tightly up into there again. You have plenty of time to do this, so you can be a bit more patient than me. Try and do this whole building in 5 minutes. Right, now then, before I go any further, I'm going to bring in some burnt sienna, which is a slightly more reddy sort of brown, and we're going to paint the corrugated roof. Now again here, can you see I'm taking the paintbrush down, following the line of, I'll just twiddle it underneath there, so I'll give the feeling of the corrugated roof. Again, it might be easy, I'll just turn this around this way. So again, I'm just going to take the paint up, 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 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes left, so I'm not sure how far I'm going to get, but let's hope that you can get a feeling for it. Again, you've got more time than me, so I'm going to stop doing this bit at the moment. I'll let that go back a bit. Now, you notice that with the windows, there's a bit of blue in the windows, isn't there? So I'm going to put, that's a reflection of the sky. So I'm just going to pop in a bit of a dirty colour. This was deliberately done like this, but a bit of, imagine that the windows are picking up light and reflection. Again, if you're more careful than I am, you might get a little bit more patient. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave white there, because I imagine that the window frames are painted white. But you can gradually build up your colour. Now, I'm going to put a bit of red in quickly for the curtains. There's a bit of curtaining in here. And just wash the brush out, thin it down a bit. I'll show you why again in a minute. Be more careful. Now, once I've got the red on the go, I'm going to plonk in some red. Imagine these are red flowers, of wildflowers of some sort. But again here, be more careful than me. Just as I said before, this give a sort of a stop to the composition. As it takes your eye in with perhaps a bit of more poppies or something in the field over the other side as well. So, that's going to give just a little bit of interest into that. Now, if you imagine where the shadows might be, now I've got all of about a minute and a half. If you go in stronger underneath, you can do this more slowly. Now I'm going to put a bit of yellow ochre in to put the path in here as well. So imagine a bit of a sandy path perhaps. And I'm just going to be very, very quick now. You've got more time than I've got, but I'll try to avoid spending too much time. I'm mixing up a bit of red with this other colour here and give them a sort of letterbox feel. And I'm going to pick up a bit of this here. I'm going to mix a bit of the blue and the brown together to give a sort of a grey colour, and that can then paint the sort of roof felting. Again, we can do that. I've taken the colour. We can just thin the colour down, and again, we've just got the roof felting coming across there. Now, that's very, very quick, I'm afraid. But I hope it's given you some idea. You can, again here, you can go in and just put a little bit of, that's a bit too thick, a bit too bright, or too much pigment. You can do a little bit of this as well, a bit of detail. You can imagine the light is coming from the left, so it'll be in shadow. And there'll be a bit of dark coming through here. Now, I hope, and then that will go under there as well. There is more to do, but I hope you can use your imagination. Now again here, once this is dry, I can then go along and put the tip of a brush, put some more stronger colouring in to give the impression of it being catching the light. I hope that gives you some good idea, and I'm going to be very, very careful here, and we're going to have to call it a day because I can see we've just done just over 15 minutes now. All right, but be patient, and I hope that's just given you some guidance of what to do. Next time we'll be looking at doing another painting, but this certainly will be more complicated because we're using more colour. Okay, so bye-bye for now.